Hello, this is Cathy Cassidy, and I'm here to read you another chapter from my book Sunday Girl. And I thought today I'd show you a different cover for the book Sunday Girl. I've been reading most of the time from the yellow covered one, which was the first version of the book. And this particular copy is a redesign that was probably in the shops round about, I don't know, 2011, 2012, 2013, when Puffin decided they would put photographs of the main characters in the stories on the covers of the books. And this is what they imagined Jude from Sunday Girl might look like. She's not quite the way I imagined her, but almost. So it's interesting. I wonder whether any of you were picturing somebody like this. I actually think that it's quite nice to be able to picture the character yourself completely. So when the books were redesigned again a couple of years ago, they no longer had photographs on the cover. I'll maybe show you that final cover tomorrow. But yeah, I like to try to picture what the character's like without anybody having a photo to prompt me, but I just thought it might be nice to show you. Maybe some of you are reading from that copy. So today's chapter is chapter 16, and at the top of the page we have a little bird. So I wonder what that might signify. We left Jude where she was walking home from school, feeling not very well. So let's take up the story again. When you are a bright-eyed, goody-two-shoes, high-achieving pupil, nobody expects you to pull a sickie. But hey, I learned it from my mum. She's an expert. How do you feel? The school nurse asks. There's no fever, but you do seem a bit shaky. I feel shaky, I say, and that's the truth at least. And tired. You may be coming down with something, the nurse decides. Is there anyone in at home? Anyone who can come and pick you up? My gran and grandad are there, I tell her. They haven't got a car, but I could walk. I think the fresh air might help, miss. It's not far. I'll just ring and make sure they're in. The nurse purses her lips, taps out the number and speaks briefly to grandad. They're waiting for you, she says. Walk straight home, mind, then stay in the warm with lots of hot drinks. Call the doctor if things seem any worse. And that's that. I walk out of school, my rucksack swinging, up the avenue and out along the main road towards Tile Hill. As I pass my old primary school and the church of Our Lady of Sorrows, I can feel the tears prickling my eyes. I'd like to go inside where it will be dark and safe and quiet, with the smell of incense and candles and wood polish. I'd like to kneel down and close my eyes and pray. I'd ask for Mum to come home safely, obviously. She'd come home full of regret and apologies, kick the whiskey and stop trampling all over my heart in her red stilettos. I'd pray for a nationwide ban on alcohol and rollerblades too, a dad who doesn't wear rhinestone-studded catsuits, and a pass with merit in my grade 4 piano exam. I don't want tragedy or embarrassment or drama. I just want ordinary. Is that too much to ask? I get as far as the top of the church steps, but the sound of singing wafts out to me, distant, otherworldly. The kids from the primary school are having a mass, playing hymns on recorder and guitar, and reading chunks of gospel in halting, sing-song voices. I duck along the side of the church, round to the back where the little shrine of Our Lady of Sorrows is. This is the place where miracles happen, after all. Some chance. I fling my rucksack down and slump onto one of the benches, but when I look up at the statue, my eyes open wide. There is a boy on the other side of the handrail, sitting right at the feet of Our Lady of Sorrows. He's older than me, maybe 16, with long, tawny fair hair, pink cheeks, and very blue eyes. The boy is holding half a loaf of uncut white bread, which he's tearing into pieces, scattering onto the rocks nearby like pieces of torn tissue. All around him birds are sitting, sparrows, blackbirds, thrushes, even a robin, pecking at the crumbs of bread. They're all so close he could easily reach out his hand and touch half a dozen of them. As I stare, hardly daring to breathe, a couple flutter closer still. One perches on the shoulder of his beige duffel coat, another lands on his denim-patched knee, ruffling its feathers. The boy holds out a hand filled with breadcrumbs, and the little brown bird hops right onto his palm. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. A sense of magic hangs in the air like mist. When I was little, Nuala and I sat telling jokes to the statue of Our Lady until our eyes blurred and we thought we saw her smile. But it wasn't a miracle, not really, just wishful thinking. This is different. The boy with the bread looks spookily like a picture I once saw of a saint called Francis of Assisi, an Italian monk who lived in a forest surrounded by animals and birds. Then he speaks, and the illusion fades. "Want some?" he asks, looking up, grinning. "I got lots." He has to be 16 at least, but it's like talking to a little kid. Those amazing blue eyes are clear and bright and sparkly, but there's nothing behind them. "No thanks, it's okay," I tell him. "You have it." "Birds," he says, still grinning. "Yeah, that's right," I say gently. "Birds." He's what the teachers call special needs. I can see that. Not like Jim at school, who's deaf, or Pete, who has ADHD, or even Cassie, who has some kind of syndrome and has to have a learning support teacher with her all the time. They all fit in, no hassle at all. But I can't imagine this boy in a classroom. "What's your name?" I ask, but the boy has retreated into a world of his own, pulling the last crumbs from the hollowed-out loaf. My eyes flick up to the statue of Our Lady of Sorrows. I must be crazy to think she could help look after Mum, bring her home safe, stop her from drinking. Still, old habits die hard. "Please, please, please," I pray. "Please let Mum come home safe. Don't let her get really ill like last time. Look after Gran and Gramps. Help me pass my piano exam and look after the bird boy." "See you then," I call, but the boy doesn't even look up. He's whispering to the robin on his shoulder, a soft stream of nonsense falling from his lips. I can't work out if he's a miracle or a tragedy. So there we go. That was chapter 16 of Sunday Girl. And I'm recording this on Monday the 15th of February, which means that I think tomorrow could be Pancake Day. I might be wrong, but look it up, check it out. And if it is, get your pancake recipes sorted, because we need to celebrate everything we can during this wintry lockdown. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow for another chapter. Until then, keep smiling and stay safe. Take care.